next, Roy Jones Jr. ready to do it one last time in front of his hometown of Pensacola, Florida. It is next on UFC Fight Pass.
Perfect. Thank you.
History will be made tonight in our main event as boxing great Roy Jones Jr. competes for the final time. Making his 75th appearance, the 49-year-old Roy Jones Jr. has had many accomplishments spanning 4 decades. A multiple-time champion and Olympic silver medalist, Jones will no doubt find himself inside boxing's Hall of Fame. Tonight, Captain Hook returns for one final bout as he hopes to put on a show in front of his hometown. His final opponent is the well-traveled Scott Sigmon, a Virginia native. Sigmon has found success in boxing after turning pro nearly a decade ago. Tonight, he hopes to play spoiler while picking up the biggest win of his career. Coming up next, it's our main event as the legendary Roy Jones Jr. takes the ring one final time as he faces Scott Sigmon. This is Island Fights 46 on UFC Fight Pass.
Two of the very best in the 185-pound division.
Yoel Romero, Luke Rockhold for the UFC's interim middleweight championship.
I'm always ahead of the game. That's one thing about me. That's what boxing is going to miss about me most, is that I'm always ahead of the game. And people don't understand it, but it's like, had the game went the way I wanted it to go. Me and Anderson Silva have been the first two to do a crossover fighting event.
Roy is not going to have an easy night, and you know, after round 7, I think he's going to be thinking about if that Anderson Silva fight might be still a possibility or not after Scott Sigmon could maybe beat him. I'm just going to want to have him worried in those last 3 rounds, and that's the goal.
Yeah, everybody knows and represents and respects the fact that Roy Jones Jr. was the GOAT of their time because they grew up watching me. So they take things from what they saw me do, and they were able to use them to either further advance their skill levels, or even to just entertain the crowd.
And I'm going to try my best to keep Roy from doing all that dancing and spinning his fist and bolo punches and all that. I'm not real big on that. That means he's getting comfortable. So I'm going to try to keep him from being comfortable enough to do those type of antics during the fight.
I understand he's coming in to take it from me if he can, yet I'm already pissed off at him to start with because of right now. And I won't forget this, when I make the weight, that's not good enough. You got to pay for this. So I understand what he wants to do, and yeah, it's a big name for him. It's the biggest name he ever could beat. If he could beat Roy Jones Jr., he'd be the legend.
I mean, if he plans on winning, it's going to be a decision unless it's some kind of a bad cut or something, or if I suffer some kind of freak injury like I break my ankle or something like that. I mean, he's not, Roy Jones does not put me to sleep, I can promise you that.
I never saw the day that I would stop boxing. So I never thought about it. I never dreamed about a day that I would actually have to stop boxing. I never thought I would get old enough that I would not be capable of still pulling it off. So I never thought I would see the day that, you know what, Roy, now it's over, you can't beat nobody's kids up no more. I never thought that day was coming, so I never looked at it that way. And the truth of the matter is, I still feel I can beat up people's kids. I can beat up people's kids if I want to, just that I'm choosing now because the body's having a little harder time holding up for it. So I said, you know, maybe you should leave people's kids alone. You beat up enough of them. If I had quit when y'all thought I should have quit, I wouldn't be here fighting on Fight Pass, the first boxing match ever headlining a UFC Fight Pass card today. You heard me? You never know what God has in store for you. So look, don't let people tell you what you can't do. Only God can tell me that. Because why? Only God gave me life, and only God can take life.
Scott Sigmon has the task of wearing the black cap as he walks into Pensacola's Pensacola Bay Center to take on Roy Jones Jr. A lot of people have called him an underdog. A lot of people have called him a journeyman. He doesn't hide from it. He knows that all of that changes here tonight, Nate, and he is able to pull off an unlikely victory. He says that if I get a win here tonight, I stand to make a good amount of money for the rest of my boxing career. This is the biggest fight of Scott Sigmon's career and probably will be for eternity.
This is the Super Bowl. This is the Super Bowl. You get those. This is the Super Bowl. I mean, now I'm gonna be honest with you. It's kind of hard for me to look at him and think to myself, he's gonna beat Roy Jones wearing Roy Jones' own boxing shoe. There's a lot of things that you can laugh about, but this guy is coming to try to win this fight.
One thing to note, Scott Sigmon, 30 years old. He takes on a man that's going to be 50 in less than 12 months. Is youth over seniority? What do you see here with that age factor? Is it a factor?
Let me explain something to you. A lot of people misconstrue us being able to do this and still doing this because we can, or wanting to do this. Scott Sigmon, what has got more than Scott know, or will ever learn. And I guarantee you this, he believes what he believes. But that tends to go out of Scott. But that tends to go out of the window when they start passing licks. And Roy can still punch a little bit.
Scott Sigmon campaigned for this fight. He was on a short list. He broke his hand 6 months ago. He begged for this fight. He got this fight. And Roy Jones Jr., he's going to try to say, hey, be careful what you wish for.
Oh, yeah. Let me explain something to you. Me and Roy have ego. I still get in the gym and box and do everything I want to do. I still have ego. And that ego can get bruised. And
we'll see if Scott Sigmon can take advantage of that ego tonight in our main event.
Come on my timeline, live by the street guideline. They play the corner like trying to hold up on this. They know it, that's a good six, you have to live it. See it, they gotta be a for you to see it. I done made it to the back, still going down, turning up. Me and Roy Jones, and we ain't high yet, I'm burning up. Straight up in my zone, you leave me alone, man, I be doing me. Asking all the questions on, fucking dirty, low me.
A consummate professional and truly a professional showman. Roy Jones Jr. makes the walk for the final time, the 75th time in his professional boxing career, and he does it tonight in his hometown of Pensacola, Florida. He has done a lot. He's won multiple titles, up and down weight divisions. A silver medalist, which should have been a gold medal in the 1988 Olympic Games. But tonight is very much the biggest fight of his professional boxing career, because you know what they say, Nate, you're only as good as your last fight.
Hey, that's what they say. And it's true. Because nobody remembers, nobody wants to really talk about you if you don't go out the way they think you should. I think that Roy's going to do exactly what he wants to do, the way he wants to do it tonight. I think he's going to leave everything he thought in here tonight.
Floyd Mayweather pushed his record to 15-0 when he beat Conor McGregor last year, and he put on a cap that said TBE, the best ever. There are many people that believe that Roy Jones Jr. is truly the best ever.
Yeah, it's standing room only in here. I mean, if you look around this arena, I've been saying this, if you look around this arena, it's packed. Okay, and no offense. What Mayweather says TBE, and he does that to make himself feel good, but dude, Roy fought everybody in their prime. He fought guys, prime guys. So you have to understand that Mayweather has a right to his belief. But a lot of people have their belief that Roy is prime for prime is the better fighter. I mean, look, Michael Griffin is here in this room tonight. The first man to ever get a win. My man Moses Rose is in this room. I mean, I can look around this room. You got guys who retired from the military that came to this fight. They flew into Jacksonville and drove over, picking up family members along the way to come to this fight. This is huge. This is huge. It's big. I mean, but this is the one that people, they don't believe they'll ever, no one believes that we'd ever see this. Not this way.
He said it himself. Roy Jones Jr. said, I didn't think I'd ever walk away from boxing.
Me neither. He jokes and teases with me, and we poke fun at each other all the time. And it's funny, but it's not funny because it's sad and it's bittersweet. But it's not sad, but it's just bittersweet.
For the 75th and final time, Roy Jones Jr. is inside a boxing ring. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for our main event of Island Fights 46. There's a record for Scott Sigmon, 30-11-1, 65-9 for Roy Jones Jr. 19 years is the age gap. Jones, 2 inches taller. He enjoys a 2-inch reach advantage. For the final time in his career, Roy Jones Jr. takes center stage. And tonight, it's on UFC Fight Pass. For our official introductions of our main event, here's Christopher James.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is your main event of the evening! This fight is being sanctioned by the Florida State Boxing Commission. In attendance, Executive Director Patrick Cunningham and Assistant Executive Director Tim Shipman. Your doctors at ringside, Dr. Lanwei Ling, and Dr. Zoltan Erdos. Our judges at ringside, Rick Bays, Fred Flutie, and Michael Ross. And when the action starts inside the ring, our referee will be Tommy Kimmins. And now, for all those in attendance right here in Pensacola, and for everybody watching around the world, live on UFC Fight Pass, I need you to get loud, because this is it! 10 rounds for the WBU Cruiserweight Championship of the World. And now, let's meet our boxers. Introducing first, boxing out of the blue corner, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in 193.4 pounds. Tonight, he brings to the ring a record of 30 wins, 11 defeats, 1 draw, with 16 wins coming by knockout. Fighting out of Lynchburg, Virginia, please welcome Scott Cujo Sigmon. And his opponent, boxing out of the red corner, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in 199 pounds. Tonight, he brings into the ring a record of 65 wins, 9 losses, and 48 of those victories by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you, for the final time, Pensacola's favorite son, the one, the only, Roy Jones Jr.
Gentlemen, this is the main event, and I gave you your instructions. I want to remind you, this audience is here to watch you fight, so keep it clean. Touch them up.
Referee Tommy Kimmins getting our main event assignment. Roy Jones Jr. set to say farewell in front of his hometown tonight inside the Pensacola Bay Center. He will do that when he takes on Scott Sigmon, who looks to shock the world, and as he said, change his life.
He already shocked the world with that outfit. Look at those pants. That's a scooter.
Roy very calm throughout the introduction. Got to make sure he doesn't let emotion get in the way of his final performance. And he looks calm, cool, and collected now.
At this point, dude, you like I said, you've seen it all. You've done it all. Sigmon don't do the very best he can as long as he can.
Sigmon said, I don't really like when Roy Jones clowns around. I don't want it to be done on me. He wants to make sure that he gets his fight going and establish that early. He can't let Roy get supremely confident and comfortable, because that's when things can go downhill in a hurry.
It's going to go downhill in a hurry anyway. But, you know, it's already starting to go downhill. Roy's starting to touch him to the body right away. Roy's laughing, he's giggling. It's already starting to go downhill. But, you know, Scott is doing the very best he can. That's what he's supposed to do.
Roy saying, I think the referee, that he's holding me.
Well, no, Roy asked him, are you good? He said, are you good?
Sigmon trying to land some strikes to the body here. Jones now coming up the middle, inside the clinch here with some uppercut.
Yes, the same. I mean, he's hitting it with the same uppercut. Roy's going to open up eventually and hit him with something and get his attention.
Sigmon allowed to work in this position. Roy now walks into the center. See if he can make some space. There's some blood, it looks like, on the head there of Sigmon.
No, he kept hitting with the same uppercut.
Coming from the nose, maybe?
Yeah, that uppercut is that when you take your uppercut and you fold it under and run it up and stand up just a little bit, it hurts. And sometimes it causes abrasions like busted noses.
Sigmon saying something to the referee. Tommy Kimmons moves in, separates the two. The crowd comes alive every time there's some space here between these two gentlemen. Sigmon hard to the body, comes high with the left hand.
Roy's having more fun, I think. He keeps saying it's a headbutt, but he's the one coming in with the head. Roy's standing up tall, so if the head must be had, he's the one that's giving.
Well, there's the speed of Roy Jones Jr. 49 years old. Sigmon trying to do an impersonation of him here, landing some strikes of his own. But again, Roy, beautiful left to the body, comes high to the head. Roy Jones Jr. is big as Roy Jones Jr. Sigmon trying to answer back. The farewell fight of Roy Jones Jr., he's having fun in it.
Well, he should. He better. If this is the last one, you better have all the fun you can, because the rest of it is not to be had.
Final 10 seconds here of this opening round.
Roy's just savvy, still very savvy. Oh, good body shot.
Left hand comes high for Sigmon. Now back at space. Sigmon trying to close the distance. Rushing back into Jones. Oh, beautiful left hand.
Actually, he feinted him with something and hit him with the other shot.
He's so fast I can't even call it. Sigmon trying to answer. There we go, final bell there for round number one. Sigmon's fired up.
He's bloody too. But the sad part,
here's Jones having some fun. Walk us through this.
Yeah, Roy's basically taking his time and letting Sigmon do what he wants to do, or thinks he wants to do. Then he's going to react. He's going to react to all this stuff. Hook, hit him with a shoe shine. He just want to let him know I can still do this when I want to do this. And Sigmon keeps complaining about head, but Roy's head is up, so Sigmon's causing the butts on himself. Causing uppercut. Oh my gracious! Was that a triple uppercut again? Is this guy 49 or what?
Roy Jones fights like he's in the Matrix. He's the one.
Some days. I joke when I say some days you feel like we don't say, yeah.
But this man is 49 years old. He'll be 50 in less than a year, and the way that he moves, I mean, it's easy to see why he's gone on this long. He really hasn't lost any speed or technique or power.
Roy fights in very good spurts. He fights when he wants to now. And so, because he has so much knowledge of the game, he can do that. But a lot of kids are getting caught up in that. You can't fight. I tell guys, you stop trying to be Roy Jones. Let Roy Jones be Roy Jones.
Round two underway. TJ DeSantis, Nate Campbell, Pensacola Bay Center. Live tonight, our main event of Island Fights 46 here on UFC Fight Pass.
Roy's walking him into a shot. See?
Sigmon came forward, ate a hard jab, now in the clinch, trying to land some strikes to the body.
He's talking, getting his mouthpiece knocked out.
The mouthpiece fell out of Sigmon.
So you can't talk. See, think about it. A lot of these guys, they think they can talk, but they don't understand. When you talk, you got to be able to keep your mouthpiece in. Might get your jaw broke.
Roy Jones doing some talking of his own, playing to the crowd in the neutral corner. He's literally and figuratively at home in this fight.
Pretty much. He represented this city better than anyone else, I think. He made it abundantly clear that Pensacola in the house, what he was all about his whole career. He never left. He stayed here. He could have moved to 1,000 other places, but he decided to lay his roots down here and stay here.
And that's what he said, too. He said, Pensacola, you knew my last fight was always going to be right here in my backyard.
I think Pensacola's I don't know if it's his backyard. It's just his house.
Right. Crowd coming alive. Roy Jones Jr. having a heyday, and they're smiling. That uppercut again on point inside the clinch. Sigmon doesn't know where to put his face.
No, he doesn't. This is what happens when you in with a guy that's done it all. You've seen it all. He's savvy.
Quick left hook by Jones.
Give him an uppercut.
Oh, beautiful right hand by Roy Jones lands.
He's having his way. Sigmon's doing all he can. But that same uppercut is hitting him in the nose.
Big smile on the face of Roy Jones Jr. Now turning up the volume. Showcasing that speed. Not the speed you would expect from a 49-year-old that's got Sigmon on the run. Hard right hand by Roy Jones Jr. Sigmon getting frantic with his movement. Jones playing to the crowd. Another right hand. Roy Jones Jr. doing exactly what Scott Sigmon feared.
Everything he said he didn't want Roy to do is happening. How many rounds is this?
This is the second round.
And it's only going to go downhill.
Less than 30 seconds remain here in the second round. Sigmon loading up shots to the body. Jones evading.
I call this old people boxing here. You get it. You don't use a whole lot of nothing. You just do what you need to do.
2 rounds in the books. The final second round for Roy Jones Jr. comes over and talks to you, Nate.
Of course. Don't sit down, please.
Roy Jones Jr.
This is I expected no less.
Having a ball is Roy Jones Jr. here tonight in a farewell fight. 2 rounds in the books, Nate. Scott Sigmon seems lost in there.
I could hear with it.
After 2 rounds, Scott Sigmon seems very lost. Let's walk us through some of this action. Here's the uppercut.
Look at these uppercuts. This uppercut is like potato salad at a family reunion. It's there. There's a bolo punch coming. No look jab. Bolo, looping right hand.
Growing up as a kid, I always lost to Roy Jones Jr. on the Fight Night games, and tonight he's fighting like he's in a video game.
Well, I guess he is, but this is what Mike Tyson punch out. He'd be what that Joe guy with the bad chin.
Glass Joe.
Glass Joe.
Jones back at it with the left hand and a right. Sigmon trying to close the distance back inside, throwing punches to the body. Tries to come with an uppercut.
Poor Sigmon. He's doing the best he can.
I think Sigmon trying to talk to Roy, saying he's breathing hard. Roy tripping back.
We're talking to him, come on, get it. And he won't. And that's exactly how Roy is saying it. Come on, get it.
Now we see the jab again on point from Roy Jones Jr. Jones telling him what he's doing and then doing it.
Exactly. Because you can when you can't. Because he can.
Sigmon back into the clinch.
Are you surprised that Sigmon wants to initiate this clinch as much as he has been? Because it hasn't been a great spot for him.
Well, he believes it in his mind. In his mind, he believes this is the safest place for him. But the truth of the matter is, it's not. Because Roy's busting. Roy did more damage to him on the inside than he did from outside. You hear that noise he made?
Yeah.
That's the sound a man makes when he gets hit, and his body parts want to release, but he has to catch him. I cleaned that up, you know.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Roy Jones cleaning up here with some clean strikes.
Oh, that uppercut, that right uppercut inside to the solar plexus, is slowing him down.
See Sigmon throwing a lot of strikes here, but very tentative with all of them as well. He knows if he gives Jones any space, he's going to end up eating more shots.
But no offense, he's not giving space and getting hit. So give space. Well, no, don't give space. He made space and he got hit. Oh, good hook. Oh, good hook.
Some right hands by Sigmon.
Well, Roy's letting him do that because he's touching him. He wants to get him thinking about something else. He hit him with, that body shot is, that body shot is,
Jones on point with his shots here to the body, mixing it up, going to the head now with those uppercuts.
Sigmon is getting hit with hellacious little short shots. Ooh.
That beautiful combination by Roy Jones.
Hit him with a 6'3", hit him with a 6'3", 5 to the body. Oh,
beautiful left hand. Sigmon on the run, final seconds here of this third round. Sigmon holds on.
Sigmon hit him low. Mouthpiece came flying out again.
Able to get to that bell. Now Sigmon in the pre-fight interview said that he felt that if this fight made it to the 7th round, that's when Roy would start to slow and he would feel better about his chances in dictating the pace of this fight.
He might not make it.
The 7th round seems like a long way away for Scott Sigmon.
Yeah, let me explain something to you. If you're watching this fight at home, Scott Sigmon has fought 7 rounds already. He has fought 7 rounds already, but this is the 4th round.
I'm looking at the man's face. It's hard to argue with what you're saying.
He's fought 7 rounds already, and they've been a hard 7. Watch these body shots. Reach underneath, level. He's gonna reach up with a bing again. Then he's gonna rip one up the middle. Mouthpiece goes flying. There it is. There it goes. He is beating him with a cane pole right at this point.
4th round underway.
Roy just hit him with a 3-5. He hit him with a 3-5. That is a left hook, left uppercut.
Roy Jones Jr. has been able to do really whatever he has wanted to thus far through 3 rounds.
Hit him with a jab hook when he wants to.
Back inside the clinch.
You got to remember something. Roy's the punch in this situation. Why would you go inside with a guy that's better and can cut angles better?
I think the answer is Scott Sigmon literally just doesn't know what to do here.
Well, could have started by not being so, rowdy. You could have been nice.
He comes straight forward, back into that same position. I mean, this seems like this is his game plan and he's married to it. Sigmon trying to weather the storm here. Punches going to the body and the head.
He's hitting him with that 3-3 up top and underneath.
Sigmon in trouble.
He was in trouble when he came to the show.
Roy Jones trying to make him in deep trouble. Now back up against the ropes. Tommy Kimmons separates them back at space. You can sense that the end is near for Scott Sigmon.
Yeah. If the fat lady's not singing, she's in the back warming up. Depends on how long Roy wants to let this go. That uppercut is getting there with such accuracy.
Jones talking.
Roy just, I thought you want to fight.
Really having fun is Roy Jones Jr.
See, what a lot of guys fail to realize, we can say what we want to the pros. as mean and as nasty as it can be.
Beautiful combination by Roy Jones Jr. Now he's turning up the volume. Sigmon trying to find a safe spot. There is none.
It is, but I don't think he likes that black pad on it. Every time Sigmon loads up, he gets hit with something in return.
Back inside the clinch here. I mean, this is where Sigmon has lived in this fight, but it's been more of a slow death.
Yeah.
Final 10 seconds.
Ooh, that was a nasty uppercut to the solar plexus again.
Beautiful left hand again by Roy Jones Jr. Sigmon in trouble. Can he make it to the final bell? He does. He laughs as he walks back to his corner.
But you can look at the way he's walking.
Confused.
Yeah, the way he's walking tells the story.
The 30-year-old Scott Sigmon,
he's looking a whole lot like a 49-year-old to me,
is getting battered by a 49-year-old Roy Jones Jr.
I just want to say this. A lot of these young guys are missing this. Old guys have egos. And right now, Roy's exercising his ego. Let's talk about something right now. The guy that's kneeling down in Roy's corner is Alfie Smith. He has been a staple in Roy Jones's corner for the better part of his career, the bigger part of his career. He has been friend, brother, mitt man, and sometimes sole trainer for Roy Jones, and he never has gotten his real just due. That's Alfie Smith, a great guy, awesome guy. Lost his wife some years ago, who was a staunch Roy Jones fan and proponent. So I want everybody to know that guy's name, Big Al.
I mean, it's Roy Jones Jr.'s night, but it's so many people's nights in so many ways.
Yeah, because Big Al was there for the ride.
Sigmon marching down. Jones again. Putting him in the corner. And really, he's not putting him in the corner. Jones is allowing him to fight at this part of the fight. He's really in control here, even if he's backed up, per se.
Yeah, you see those, you hear those body shots are making him wince. I would say poor Scott Sigmon, but he brought this on himself.
He campaigned for this fight.
Yes, he did. He campaigned. You know what? That's like a person getting a job as president and realizing they really, really, really don't have much power.
All right. The mouthpiece again came out. That's the third time, I believe, Nate, that Sigmon's mouthpiece has come out.
But no offense, he's getting hit so hard.
Right. Listen to the Pensacola Bay Center come alive for Roy Jones Jr. History unfolding tonight here live on UFC Fight Pass. Main event of Island Fights 46, the final one.
I've often said this about the guy named Roy Jones Jr. He's such a troublemaker. But this is nothing I've ever said behind his back. He's been hitting with overhand right.
There's the right hand.
Yeah, over the top. You know, pretty sad.
Jones said this was definitely the last time he was going to step in the ring with a professional boxer. Left the door open for a potential super fight with former UFC middleweight champion Anderson Silva.
Right.
Silva's got some issues of his own right now that he's trying to work through, and never say never. I'd love to see it. I really would.
I would. I think it has a better chance of happening than not, but maybe not this year. The break will be good for him. Oh, nice rotation.
Jones moved and immediately fired off a two-punch combination.
Just such command of his body at this age. Still has such command of his body.
And truly 49 years young is Roy Jones Jr.
Ooh, good body shot. I think he might tick Roy off with that one.
About a minute left here in this fifth round. Sigmon again trying to go to the body. Nice right hand.
Those are more slaps, but Roy's going to hit him with something. There's going to be an uppercut or a hook. It's going to run a combination.
We've seen this throughout the fight. Jones shells up and then he just explodes.
There's a combination. Roy's he's so comfortable where he is, so I mean, he's comfortable where he is.
Nice left hand there by Roy Jones Jr.
Sigmon is doing the best he can.
And he knows the opportunity that's in front of him, does Scott Sigmon, and he wants to make the most of it. Things haven't gone his way. It's not for lack of effort. He keeps going in there, keeps engaging, he keeps pushing as much pressure as he can, but he's the one that's eating the punishment.
Sometimes you get on the wrong ride. And you know you shouldn't have gotten on the ride, but you gotta stay on the ride till it's over. And that's what Sigmon, he's on this ride and he can't get off.
Scott Sigmon's finding out that he's not tall enough to ride this ride.
Look, every time you go to the roller coaster, it says minimum height.
Right.
He's too short for this ride. But he's on it, and he got to ride it. And he got to hold on tight because he could slip out of the seat.
On fight night, 65 opponents have been too short for the ride for Roy Jones Jr.
Yep.
47 of them lost consciousness.
Yeah, 47 of them needed help. And I'm thinking at some point he might be 48.
Sixth round here of our main event, Roy Jones Jr., Scott Sigmon. The main event of Island Fights 46. I'm TJ DeSantis along with Nate Campbell. Get at us on Twitter. Let us know what you're thinking of this hybrid card for the first time ever. Boxing and mixed martial arts live on UFC Fight Pass. At TJ DeSantis, at Nate Galaxy with 2 X's.
It's starting to happen.
At Island Fights, hashtag Island Fights 46.
Now Roy's starting to put his weight on him. I think Roy wants to change the dynamic of the fight. Nice straight right hand. Oh, combinations.
We're past that halfway point now.
And he's catching him coming in.
See if Roy Jones has somewhere else he wants to be.
I know he does because we had made plans to go to this place, but we had to wait till he got this done. So I mean, and you know all the good restaurants closed down here, man, real early. So it's 10 o'clock, man.
And they'll open up for Roy Jones Jr. Special occasion.
Waffle House is not gonna work for me tonight.
Jones
that ticked him off a little bit.
Yeah. He looked annoyed for a brief moment.
He was, when the look on his face, if you know him, he was upset.
Nice left hand buckled the knees there of Sigmon for a brief moment. Sigmon trying to answer with the left of his own.
And Roy's having a conversation with McGee in the corner. McGee is on the phone having a discussion with Roy.
If Roy Jones had exposed thumbs, I think he'd be texting during this fight.
I'm sorry. I believe so. He's going to hit him with an uppercut that's going to get his attention.
More punches for Roy Jones. Igniting cheers from the Pensacola Bay Center.
The uppercuts are mean. They're just mean. He hit Roy the elbow. Oh, Roy threw him back. I won't tell if you won't. He hit Roy the elbow and Roy hit him back with one.
Sigmon giving it all that he has.
And what he has don't seem to be much, but he's giving it.
Jones coming alive with some strikes to the body, moving his head. You know, it's just a matter of time until he explodes again. Final 10 seconds.
He's going to explode right now.
There it is. Roy Jones Jr. What is there to say, Nate?
Well, still a troublemaker. I mean, 49 years old and still a troublemaker. I mean, that guy over in the corner spitting and cussing and Roy picking fights. I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to see him not pick a fight.
Something tells me Roy's still going to get some rounds into the gym, take out his retired frustrations on whoever's willing to go a few.
Yeah, you got to listen. In order to buy Roy, you don't get Roy Jones's ring until you buy the house.
Here's some of the action here. Nate, walk us through it.
Kid's gonna hit him. Roy got, you know Roy hit with an uppercut and ran a combination just to let him know he was annoyed. He was a tad annoyed. He's turning these uppercuts with intent to knock his brains out. What combination coming? Bing, 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 bing. Just touch him with all those shots. All those shots were actually those shots were designed to make him think about something else.
Round 7 underway.
This is the round this is the young round that Sigmon said if Roy made it this far, it'd be ugly.
Sigmon felt he was going to take over in the 7th.
I think Roy has other plans.
Sigmon back to that initial game plan, trying to push Jones up against the ropes. Set up shot from there, but in tough business.
Those uppercuts are so mean. And he's landing them so short and tight. Oh, good body shot. He is ripping that left hook underneath.
These moments that feel like calms before the storm.
Yes, they are. And Sigmon is getting beaten with the offhand. That means it's ugly. Well, just switch southpaw. Hit him with a straight left hand. Nice whispering in his ear. He's having a conversation with Freddie.
The crowd coming alive inside the Pensacola Bay Center. They want to see a stoppage. They want to see Roy Jones Jr. end the night of Scott Sigmon.
Oh.
Sigmon trying to be as game as possible.
He's getting hit with some clean shots.
Left hand, right hand lands for Roy Jones Jr.
A minute of this could be detrimental to your health. Uppercut. Uppercut. Every time Roy drops that right hand down inside, he's with uppercut. Ooh, good body shot into the solar plexus.
Sigmon throws a right hand, trying to throw another, not finding a home.
That's my shot. Inside right uppercut.
Jones literally talking to the camera here in the corner.
Just so he can hit him with my favorite shot, the right uppercut.
I mean, how defeating is that mentally for Scott Sigmon to have this guy talking to everybody? How defeating is this? Roy Jones coming alive. Sigmon trying to walk his way through it. Jones landed a combination on the bell. Sigmon thought it was late.
It was clean. It was in the middle of the combination. You can't stop the combination.
I think Scott Sigmon is frustrated. There's nothing he can do to change the way that this fight is, played out.
Even if he's not frustrated, he's been cheese grated. Either way, it's something.
You don't hide your opinion, do you, Nate?
No, I don't.
No.
But look, if there was ever time to tell the truth, this was it. I mean,
I'll agree with that.
This is it. I mean, I'm sure somebody was thinking it.
Scott Sigmon is probably thinking a lot of things right now.
And they're all profane. And they're all profane.
Only 3 rounds left here if it goes the distance for Roy Jones in his iconic and historic career. Round number 8 underway.
Roy's trying to he's making room for himself now.
Tommy Kimmon separates them.
Another staple.
Oh, beautiful left hand finds a home for Roy Jones Jr.
Tommy Kennens, another staple. Florida original.
The break here off the ropes.
Something over the top, underneath.
Jones evades. Sigmon trying to push him up against the ropes once again. Takes the center. Oh, beautiful! Right hand to the body. Followed by some more punches to the head of Scott Sigmon.
There's just certain things you just know are going to happen. And the breaks are actually helping Sigmon stay alive.
It's not a great life, great quality of life for Scott Sigmon here in this 8th round.
It's not a great quality. No, it is not. It is very much not a good quality of life for him.
Another break here. Much over a minute remains here in this 8th round. Will Scott Sigmon be able to survive?
Now Roy's making him pay to come in. The shot underneath is going to be real big.
Roy Jones Jr. has not slowed down a second in this fight. He'll be patient at times, but he has not lost any pop on his punches. Not breathing heavy.
He is, even when he misses, he misses with the intent to land something else.
Roy Jones Jr. goes for a walk right there. Sigmon walking forward.
Yeah, but he's getting hit with everything but the kitchen sink.
It's 2 different walks these men are doing here tonight.
Overhand right.
Dying seconds of round number 8. Roy Jones Jr. has several conversations going on at one time with various parties around the ring.
None of them are good for Scott. It's debilitating to you to see this if you're Scott's corner. But what can they do? Well, if nothing else, Scott's cornerman has a very nice corner jacket. It's very nicely made.
There's that. We are headed around at number 9. Here's some action from the last round 8 walks through.
Body shots. The body shots are working. Uppercut. Sigmon is this is right hand to the body. Bang. I called that shot before it happened because I just saw it at Belton.
We've arrived at round 9. Sigmon bull rushing Jones. Trying to turn up the heat is Sigmon. Jones doing what he's done primarily throughout this entire fight inside the clinch. Ending shots coming high.
Every time he goes down here with a combination, I watch him go upstairs. He's going to touch him downstairs a few times. He's going to lull him into an uppercut to the head. See it? Just keep touching. Touched him up top. The beautiful thing about being in a position to hit a man with that, most guys, they're so nervous in the clinch, that close. But great fighters don't get nervous there. They get relaxed. They calm down.
Sigmon hasn't been able to be calm for the better part of 8.5 rounds.
Well, I'm sure that he wasn't calm when he signed a contract. But when you make the statements you make, you got to stand up to him. And Roy, it's almost like Roy's being vindictive. It's like he's, I'm not going to knock you out now.
The crowd just cheering
for Roy Jones Jr. here tonight. His final fight, his hometown. History unfolding live on UFC Fight Pass. Sigmon trying to change the way history has been going throughout the course of this fight.
These uppercuts are changing his mind about that. Hooks.
Beautiful strikes, landing, finding a home for Roy Jones Jr., but a quantity of shots by Sigmon still being thrown. Oh, beautiful left hand by Sigmon. Backed up Roy Jones Jr. for a brief moment.
Actually, Roy hit him with a lean back when he hit him with a left hook to the body. See that? He leans back up trying to get space on the rope.
Again, we see the difference between quantity and quality right here, Nate. That was a quality shot right there by Roy Jones Jr.
Sigmon backed up. Ooh.
Can't blame him. Eating punishment here. He's trying to come forward.
These are not soft shots. They're very tight shots.
It is something to see the speed of Roy Jones Jr. It's been that way his entire career. It's still that way at 49 years old in his final fight. Just a walk away shot there. Jones smiling to end the 9th round. Sigmon doesn't think it's very funny.
Of course not. He's the one getting hit on the other end of it.
He knew this was a possibility. I think it's affecting him more than he thought it would coming into this fight, though. He said, Roy Jones, you know, he might get that going. I want to prevent that. He hasn't been able to. I think it's affecting his psyche.
Listen, Scott had to know that he couldn't stop Roy from doing anything. He can only hope that he could, you know, walk away shot coming, ping, and walk away. Ping, ping, and walk away. And he's going to hit him about here.
You can see the frustration.
No, what you can see is the reservation, the resignation. The resignation to this, that I just cannot stop this guy from doing anything. And at 30 years old, that's a blow to your psyche. Because he's old is what he said about Roy, didn't he?
He did say that. We are in the final round of the final fight for Roy Jones Jr.
It's been a nice ride.
It's been an uncomfortable and bumpy ride for Scott Sigmon.
Yeah, on a wagon with a bad wheel.
Credit to him, still very game. Trying to move. Roy Jones Jr. doing what he does best. Combinations, speed, volume. Sigmon trying to find his way through it. Finds his way into a clinch. Tommy Kimmons has none of it.
And this, he did all that in the first minute. 47 seconds. You still got 2 more minutes to take this kind of punch. That's a long time.
I think after the 3rd or 4th round, you said that Sigmon had already fought 7 rounds.
Yeah, this is a 12 round, this is a 14 round fight for him. He's gonna tick this old guy off and he's gonna hit him with something in a minute. Well, there's an uppercut. Body shot coming. Uppercut. He's gonna touch him with a lot of uppercuts and go downstairs.
You can feel it. There's a buzz in the air. When will it happen? When will Roy Jones Jr. come alive? Final 75 seconds of his career. Here it comes, Roy Jones Jr. Comboing his punches. Now he takes a breath.
Ooh.
Taking his shots. Final minute. Oh, beautiful left hand.
Good left hook. Another one.
Sigmon trying to stay game, make a miracle happen. Right hand by Sigmon.
Now Roy, I think, is kind of letting him hit him.
He just knows he can't hurt him. But he's going to hit him real hard right about now.
Final 20 seconds. Roy Jones Jr. comes alive in front of his hometown of Pensacola. Final 10 seconds. Does Roy Jones Jr. have one trick left in the bag? Sigmon tries to throw a right hand.
What'd you say? You had one more? You had like 6 more.
He only needs a second to land about 6 shots, and I don't know how many he landed over the course of 10 rounds, but Roy Jones Jr. masterful in his final piece of work. And again, we talked about how this is a bittersweet ending for Roy Jones Jr.'s career. It's bittersweet because the man can clearly shine inside the square circle.
Yeah, but the question is, when is it time to turn the light off?
Right.
And I understand that. You know, I've been retired for 4 years now, and I miss it every day. It's like they say, if a man loses his arm, he can still feel it, and that's what it feels like. So I understand what it is to, but his wife, Natalie, is in ringside, and she's ready for it to be over.
I mean, this is the thing about Roy Jones' life. Roy Jones Jr. has been a professional since 1989 and started in this building. He's been training and living like a boxer since 1979.
He's 10 years old.
It's hard to end that life. It's hard to walk away from how you lived your entire life.
Somebody said this to me today. Said, there's another chapter. There's another chapter. Another chapter. Blah, blah, blah. I say that chapter won't be as good as this one to us. Even if it is, it won't be not to us. But we have to at some point know that it's at least time to start the chapter. So, you know, I love him. God, I love him. I love him. I love his family. I love him.
And Roy Jones Jr. has a lot to offer boxing and combat sports as a whole. He owns his own promotional company. They're partners with Island Fights. Roy Jones has meant so much to the boxing world, but has always been complimentary of mixed martial arts as well, which is why you see this hybrid show. Both sports are allowed to shine on a big stage.
But if you look in the room, it's filled. So, I mean, it's filled.
And there isn't a person in this arena that isn't standing.
Right, it's a standing room on it. But it's so much love and respect for Roy, man. I mean, I get the fawn over him. I get the fawn over him.
All right, the judges had tallied their scores to make it official. Here is Chris.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, Pensacola, make some noise! It is not only my honor, I know all of you are honored to be here tonight in the final fight of the career of Roy Jones Jr. And after 10 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored the bout identically, 98-92, for your winner by unanimous decision. And now, the WBU Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Roy Jones Jr.
For the final time, Roy Jones Jr. gets his hand raised. And it happens in the building. It all started in it back in 1989.
Not many people can say they did that.
Truly full circle is Roy Jones Jr.
Full circle. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. I'm proud for him. I'm honored to know him. And if you have in his presence and you have anything bad to say about him, maybe you don't really know him.
Roy Jones Jr. For the final time, victorious he will speak with Christopher James.
You know, we're here in Pensacola. Tonight, you put on for your city. You're having a good time tonight. Before we get into the fight, just tell me what's going through your head right now, Roy.
Well, what's going through my head right now is that I love each and every fan that came out to support me tonight. Y'all are truly what I dedicated my career to. I just want to say one last time, Pensacola in the house. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, you came out, Scott Sigmon, before the fight, you know, yesterday and everything at the weigh-ins, he said the opportunity that he had tonight was tremendous. Tell us what you think about Scott. He was a game fighter in there, kept coming, kept working. Tell us about Scott.
Well, I knew Scott was tough, I knew Scott was game, and I knew Scott was going to keep coming. However, I don't make excuses, but all y'all can call the Andrews Institute and they'll tell you that last week I tore my bicep in my left arm again. But because it was the last fight for Pensacola, I refused to pull out.
So you fought with a torn bicep?
Yes, I did.
Well, you know, I just want to tell you, Roy, it's been my honor tonight to announce your name because you're one of my heroes in the world of boxing. I know Pensacola loves you. Pensacola, make some noise for this man.
I love Pensacola. I got to say thank you to God for all he did for me for my whole career. Thank you to Dana White and the UFC for allowing me to do the first boxing match live on UFC Fight Pass. Hope y'all stay tuned in because hopefully we'll be doing some more things together. Probably more so on the promotional tip, but we're going to do that. And last but not least, Dana, I know you're listening. I know Anderson's suspended, but that's the only fight that Roy Jones may return to the ring for. Other than that, chapter closed.
So you're telling everybody that if Anderson Silva, MMA legend, gets cleared, we might be honored to see you one more time?
Won't be in Pensacola, but you will be honored to see it.
Well, Roy, you put on tonight. I'm so glad I got to be here and be part of this. Right here on UFC Fight Pass, I'm going to step aside and let you relish in this moment one more time in the center of this ring because you built boxing here in Pensacola. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Mr. Roy Jones Jr.
He ends an iconic career here tonight in Pensacola. Roy Jones Jr. victorious. He runs away with a decision over Scott Sigmon, and his final decision is, I'm retired, unless Anderson Silva wants to tangle, and of course he needs to clear his way through a suspension, but never say never. Roy Jones Jr., Anderson Silva still could happen.
Roy's youngest two kids, Niley and Royson, right here, up front with their dad. They get to spend more time with daddy now. And I want y'all to know it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's good. It's a beautiful thing.
Truly is, truly was an amazing night here inside the Pensacola Bay Center. Roy Jones Jr. victorious, and while the fight went the distance, I'm happy it did because we got to see Roy Jones for 30 minutes do what he does best, and that is just his brand of fighting. He's styled, but you know, while he's been a professional showman, he really has been respectful as well. It might not look that way inside the ring, but a very upstanding gentleman is Roy Jones Jr.
He's been that. He stayed true to what he was. He did what he did the way he did it, and no one else can ever do it that way. They'll try. They'll imitate, but they will never be able to do it